Singy, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Lopez, he's known as a reliever that excels in really tough situations, those high leverage spots. It seems like he's at his best in these situations, and obviously the ability to get the strikeout factors in.
Good fade and sinking action of that changeup got that hitter to roll over. Yeah, there's certain guys that expect to come in and dominate, and they see the challenge, the battle just a little bit differently. They trust their stuff, and they believe that their stuff is better than that guy standing in the batter's box, what his swing, what his ability is.
Kicks and fires. Swing and a miss. That one in the dirt. Contreras on to first. And it beats him for out number 2. That's a strikeout.
Well, maybe approaching this at bat with a bit too much determination. Sometimes you just got to let the game come to you.
And now the 0-1. Now 1-1. The mental approach is a big factor too, isn't it?
Yeah, Boog, it is. And, you know, for each guy, it can be a little different. Some people consciously work on focusing, slowing things down, breathing.
Well, got to pause on that thought. And welcome back. Now, here is Alex Bregman. Burns back to work. Tapped at the plate, but it's a foul ball. The 0-2. Here's a chopper to short. Swanson picks it up, gets it to first, and they get Bregman for the out. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate.
The batter, the catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Popped up. Swanson under it. Hauls it in for the out. Here is Aaron Judge.
The center fielder, Aaron Judge.
Ryan Helsley on to pitch here. He's being eased into the game here with the bases empty. Swings through that one. 0-1. The pitch. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field.
Always feels amazing getting a job done when the team needs you to come through. It's just bigger than your own individual stats. That's about as textbook as it gets. Got his stride and load out of the way early. He stayed inside that ball and squared it up out front. Man, that was like he was in the cage hitting off a tee.
Next offering is foul back. And the pitch. That just misses. Now 1-2. 1-2 now on Acuna. They say it went. That ends the frame. Back here at the ballpark, digging in, Julio Rodriguez.
Leading off for the Boomers.
You know, this guy's great speed is in the back of that pitcher's mind. If he can get on, he's going to give him one more thing he's got to think about.
The 0-1. And a foul ball. Swing and a miss. Curveball in the dirt. Contreras on to first. In time to get him. One away in the strikeout. So now a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Jose Ramirez. Looking to start something with one gone.
Ramirez. Now pitching. Line.
And he swings and misses, and it's 0-1. And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it. The next offering misses, and the count 1-2. Righty to the plate. Stays alive.
That splitty's a pretty nasty pitch. Explodes out of the hand. Looks like a fastball, and the bottom just falls out of it.
Contreras gets it to first. And Ramirez is set down. Jackie Robinson will hit next.
Jackie.
Pitch misses inside, and it's 1-0. Next pitch is outside.
Pretty easy to give up on that pitch right there. Started on the edge of the plate with the spin. You know it's going to finish well off the plate.
Next offering is fouled back. And a foul ball, he stays alive. Hit weakly on the ground, and that's just foul. 2 outs. Stays alive. 2-2 now. That one is hammered right field. Back there. Gone. Ball game.
Yeah, Jackie. We got that boy pitch count up. Tired them the fuck out. They be tired after 4 or 5 pitches. You ran them up to 14 and 2 batters. Yeah. Good shit, Jackie.
And your final score here today, 2-1. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.
First for your victorious home team, 2 runs on just 2 hits, no errors, and they left no runners on base. For the visitors, 1 run, 4 hits, no errors, they left 3 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 42 minutes. Thank you for joining us here tonight. And we remind you to please drive home safely.
Okay, he had a good record, good win. It's an event win, okay. But I, did what I had to do. My first game of the day. We'll pick it up. Oh, this one I hit it so high. That's why I saved it. Hey, that's a nice clip. Big ass building, crazy fucking stadium. Nah, that's a nice clip. I mean, it didn't go above that pole. It went over that fucking pole. Maybe it hit the building. I don't know. Two hits, 2 home runs. Hey. That's how we gotta do it. That's how we do it. And let me get these dudes. I'm on bullshit, huh? Packs on the low. These packs be stacking. I can sell him now. Hold up. I think I'm just getting Vlad on GP. It is what it is. Let me sell him now. Vlad Guerrero. Is he Tyone or Taylor?
Hilton, for the stay. The story of the kind mini. We took the full-size bar and cut it in half. So the next time it's 3 o'clock, some delicious dark chocolate. Grab a dark chocolate nuts and sea salt mini with whole almonds at just 90 calories. It's a kinder way to satisfy.
We love our house. Been here for years.
Yeah, but there's an animal in the attic. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
We save a lot.
What was dude's name? That dude.
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
When moderate to severe ulcerative colitis persists, put it in check with Rinvoq, a once-daily pill.
You see how unpredictable?
Alright, cover athletes.
Check.
When you see how me back, I got lasting steroid-free remission with Rinvoq. Check.
And when you see got the upper hand, Rinvoq helps.
Pretty sure I'm getting Griffey.
Check. Rapid symptom relief.
A couple of these niggas is my dudes. That's my dude. I fucks with Miggy. That's my dude. That's my guy. What? It's fucking Griffey, nigga. I had his shoes. Stop playing.
Serious reaction can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Put
Griffey
these
now.
in check and keep it there with Rinvoq.
Ask your gastroenterologist about Rinvoq and learn how AbbVie could help you save. When you order the new lemon ricotta blueberry protein pancakes with
Look at
37 grams
that.
of
We're due
protein,
for Griffey.
you get a
We gonna
smile
get
on
a
your plate.
crazy Griffey. I can't wait. I miss Griffey last year. I can't wait. Now, they said he was the big fucking collection last year though. Just go get a 99, though. I need Griffey.
GoDaddy.com/startfree.
Get Poppy the fuck out of here. I need Griffey. That's a free Poppy. You cool? You're not crazy. You talking shit. I'm not crazy. Alright, let's start there. Of course, we have all of them. Shit.
Call the number on your screen or visit powellkc.com. When you need orthopedic care, skip the lines and hassle of going to the emergency room and come to Ortho Urgent Care. With Ortho Urgent Care at Kansas City Orthopedic Institute, you can reserve your spot in line online, and we offer everything you need on site, from rapid diagnosis by one of our orthopedic specialists to MRI and X-ray imaging to treatments for injuries. Kansas City Orthopedic Institute has it all. Ortho Urgent Care is ready for you 7 days a week. Learn more at kcoi.com.
So that's Alcantara. Man, I had a lot going on. I forgot who the first dude was, so I'll remember.
After one of the greatest games in recent memory, the
Mexico.
MLB returns to the place where dreams come true. Relive the magic when the Reds take on the Cubs for one game in heaven.
Nothing crazy.
One game at the Field of Dreams, August 11th on Fox. Tom Brady and the Buccaneers will be without starting veteran center Ryan Jensen for reportedly a significant amount of time. He injured his knee in practice. Brady opened up speaking about Jensen's injury, what it means for the team. Take a listen.
Nobody knows what the team's going to look like. You know, you think you have a center and then he gets injured, so the team's different in one day. So there's just a long time between now and the first game.
Jensen's so important to the communication on that O-line. Shannon, on a scale of 1 to 10, how big of a loss is Ryan Jensen for Tom Brady?
A 1.
Yeah. I'm not going to go all the way.
Tom Brady, don't let anybody up one.
Tom Brady won 7 Super Bowls. That's all I hear. Tom. Hold on. Pro Football Focus graded centers. Jensen was ranked 23rd. Well, damn, how many centers? If there's only one center to play at a time, there's 32 teams. That means there are 32 centers, give or take 1 or 2 getting injured. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, there were 35 centers that played last season. Enough reps to qualify to get graded. Ryan Jensen ranked 23rd.
Why did they just give in his money?
I just go by what your Bible says to rank. That's what you like to do. Because you told me Tom Brady graded number 1, and you had no problem with that. Well, have no problem. The 23rd ranked center should have no bearing on the number 1 ranked quarterback, is all I'm saying. I'm just using your logic. So let's not be over dramatic here. Tom Brady, I'm heartbroken. He has ample time, like I said. This is what we haven't even come. We're coming up on the first preseason game. I think this weekend, I think the Hall of Fame game, the first game is Thursday night. So we got ample time to get this Robert Hayes ready to play. So look, plus he gets an opportunity to go against every day against Peter Bayer, Akeem Dick, some of these other guys. So it's an opportunity. It's not like he got hurt the week before opening day. This is enough time to get this young man ready to go play to be the center. I love the way Tom handled it. I have the utmost confidence in him, but he has to come out here and work every single day because that's what you do. That's what Tom Brady for 20 years. Tom Brady knows you had to win a job in practice, you had to win a job in meetings, you had to win the job in the game. And you just didn't get anointed. It's like, okay, yeah, the guy went down, I'm the starter now, I can relax. Hell no. Tom Brady's going to be very professional. He's going to be very positive. Oh, I have the utmost confidence in him. But he also lets him know you're competing for a job every single day. Don't get complacent, young man.
Okay. You say it's a 1, and I dearly hope you're right about that. On a scale of 1 to 10, it's like no deal. I believe it's a 9. Ryan Jensen allowed 1 sack last year. I don't know why he gets a 23rd ranked grade, but on intangibles, he is crucial to Tom Brady. He had a fighting spirit you don't see among centers because usually they are completely anonymous. You don't know they're out there. It's kind of like umpires. They do their best job when you don't notice them. In the case of Ryan Jensen, I always noticed him because he was everywhere, getting in everybody's face. And if anybody dared to even touch Tom Brady or breathe on Tom Brady, he got in their face. He was the enforcer of that offensive line. And over my years covering your game, it took me a while to realize it, but the center is a crucial position. And if you lose a veteran one, you can fall immediately apart. See Barrett Robbins I was covering the Oakland Raiders that year. It was the 2003 Super Bowl against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Well, your guys hadn't been able to run the football since Travis Frederick retired.
Okay, that's true. I'll buy that. And Barrett Robbins was a hellacious good player and had a lot of the same sort of edgy fighting spirit that Ryan Jensen has. And Barrett Robbins, as you probably remember, had some issues. And the literal night before the Super Bowl, he went literally south. He went across the border into Tijuana, and he did not come back.
Right.
He had bipolar issues. And God bless him. I hope he's doing well today, but he wasn't doing well then. And the shock factor of that, it rocked and wrecked that team. And I'm not saying he was the reason they lost, but they got blown off the field by a former Raiders head coach who was then coaching Tampa and seemed to know every signal that was called. And the final score was 48-21 in favor of Tampa that day. And it had, to me, a lot to do with Barrett Robbins, who was the general of the offensive line. He had all the signals, all the protections. He was the one looking right and left, blah, blah, blah. He's calling out the numbers. And if he put his backup in, it's a train wreck. And it was. Rich Gannon was running for his life the whole day.
Well, I think the thing is, I'm not so sure he would have been running because Sapp and Brooks and Simeon Wright were coming that day. Booger McFarland.
Okay, but you got a better chance when you got Barrett Robbins.
But I think but I think the thing is, that this happened so far in advance. Now this young man gets an opportunity to get those reps. But I mean, all you got to do is just stop the guys in initial charge. Tom Brady's going to get rid of the football. All I'm saying is that I'm not going to let you use this if Tom Brady doesn't do what you expect him to do.
I just believe, as I know it right now, Tom Brady is going to get hit and hurried, and maybe hurried is even more important, hit and hurried a little more this year without Ryan.
It's a part of playing the quarterback position.
Well, you love it, so you're over there smug about it because you know that what I'm saying is the God's truth, that Brady is more vulnerable without Ryan.
Don't y'all play the Rams this year?
It seems like we play everybody.
I don't know everybody. I didn't need Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
The best player in the NFL, never pro football, what was it?
Yeah. The guy who in a game at Tampa 2
No,
years ago.
don't do that shit. The guy that just won the Super Bowl.
He went all the way across the board with 0.
No, I fucks with you, Skip, but that boy won in the Super Bowl. He sealed it.
What did he register this year when it mattered in the divisional round of the playoff? Pain. That's when he felt pain.
When Brady scored 24 unanswered points against Aaron Donald's defense, that game, that's the one we're talking about, where Brady's just throwing bombs away. I didn't even notice there.
First of all, Skip, you and I both know, had they not had the 4 turnovers, the game would have been close. But they never nonetheless. Nah, it wasn't Matthew Stafford. Hold my beer. You scored 24 straight. Watch this.
Yeah, watch this. They're going to blitz and blow the blitz because somebody didn't get the blitz signal correct. And all of a sudden, it's a complete breakdown, and Cooper Kupp is not the intended receiver. He's a decoy on the route.
Well, you got to cover the decoy.
He runs right by Antoine Winfield Jr., who's like, takes a step forward, and all of a sudden he's like, uh-oh, he's running past me.
Yeah, too late.
Yeah, too late.
Take that.
Way to go.
I was very jubilant.
You were off the hook.
Call Cooper Kupp.
You saw it coming because the goat was about to goat you.
And he got goated. Yeah. He got goated about that. The guy who one guy, number 9, played better than number 12. Can we admit that?
No, we can't. Number 12 was spectacular when it mattered. Why when it mattered? It was one of the great closes you've ever seen.
So in other words, what you're doing, don't think I don't know what you're doing. You said this was a 9. So if Tom Brady doesn't get to and win the Super Bowl, you can point back where he didn't have his center. I'm not going to let you do that, Skip. I'm not going to let you do it.
It could come down to that. It could be Barrett Robbins all over again. Okay, what do I know about Robert Hainsey? He was a 3rd-round pick out of Notre Dame. His intangibles were graded much higher than his tangibles because he's supposed to be a great young man, a great teammate, a fighter, a worker, a guy.
Wasn't Jansen a free agent? He was undrafted, right? So this guy comes with a little bit more pedigree.
Round, but he's only played the tackles, left and right.
Yeah.
Okay? And as I was taught early on covering your game, we try to find those guys who can put the ball between their legs because they're few and far between. It's just a weird thing. Some guys can snap it and some guys can't. And in the old days, back in the prehistoric days, you only had to snap it up to the hands that were under your right.
Yeah.
And now you have to snap it whatever it is.
You got a shot to it.
You got, what I see, 7 yards?
Yeah. The thing is, Skip, it's not so much snapping the ball. You got to snap the block. And they got a guy lying around on top of your head.
It's hard because you have to concentrate, and Brady will go berserk. He will go Psycho Tom on you if you start snapping it and hitting his feet.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Or snapping it over his head.
Kind of like what Matthew Stafford, when the guy snapped the ball over Stafford's head. You remember that, Skip?
Yeah.
That's how y'all got back in the game.
Are you trying to compare Matt Stafford to Tom Brady?
All I know is
bringing him up.
When I see Tom Brady throw a no-look in the Super Bowl on a game-winning drive.
So right here, right now, you would take Matt Stafford over Tom Brady? No, you would not.
Don't do that, Skip. All I
take Aaron Donald over Tom. No, you would not.
All I know is Matthew Stafford went to Tom Brady's house, kicked his door in, turned the coffee table over, left the water running, the music playing.
Welcome to Queens, New York. This is Shea Stadium. We've got Diamond Dynasty Baseball tonight. It's the Boomers going up against the Mets.
Nothing to do with the defense. He went to Todd Bowles' house and he kicked the door in. And
got a couple of all-star teams squaring off. First pitch coming your way next.
I gotta make sure everybody's on the same page.
You know what I noticed? Now, in that Super Bowl run, you ain't
so just about set now. Here's a speed threat, Jackie Robinson. And a pitch. Out towards right center field. Buxton going back some more. And there's one away. Dansby Swanson digs in now. A guy who makes an impact not just at the plate, but also in the field. And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
Oh my God, oh my God. Just went underneath it. I thought I was going right to it.
There's the splitter in the dirt, swing and a miss. Contreras on to first. Out. 2 away now after the drop third strike. Here's Juan Soto. That one's
That's
in there.
on me. I wasn't looking.
Comes up
See,
empty on the swing.
so I don't fucking take pitches. I swing on the first pitch.
Swings and misses at the breaking ball in the dirt. Contreras on to first. In time, the 2-3 strikeout ends the inning.
He can probably go right now. He's out of practice. He can probably
Bottom of the
walk
first
over
at the
and
plate.
find some
Julio
guy
Rodriguez.
from Tarpon Springs, Florida, and say, "I'm you. Would you like to be my new center?" And he would figure him out, right?
Wind and pitch. That first offering is fouled off.
Well, I mean, he had to be having some talent, right, Skip?
No, he didn't play football. He played at a fairly high level, but they're all
Kicks and deals.
And nobody loved
To the right side, Robinson handles the chance, sends it to first.
Does it more
One
with his
gone,
passion
half of the
than
first.
his athletic.
Okay, so that should be perfect. That should be perfect. Could Tom Brady play? Don't Tom Brady play with passion? That's what you love so much about him.
Let's go. Go. Watching right now, he's not happy with you one season.
What happened before?
He lets you know.
Hammer, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away. Now he turns and heads for second. Here comes the throw. Not in time. He's got a double.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. What a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Pete Alonso batting now as that one almost finds the mark. It's a ball. Seager over at second, one down. Strike two.
Man, that was pretty close right there.
Separate corners. We're done.
Oh, this is deep to left center. Way back there. On its way. Gone. Pete Alonso with a rocket. And they lead it. It's 2-0.
It's always the same exact spot. Not the only one that says it. Shit is stupid. I can miss other places.
Not a big guy, but a big swing. And thunder in that bat. Foul ball. And a foul ball, he stays alive.
Hey, what's up, man? How are you?
Of course not.
Ooh.
Next pitch is outside. Now 1-2.
Just woke up, out here getting a little practice in these events. And I'm gonna run the rank seasons game. Get Cutch out there.
1-2 now. Just misses without
like shit.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Right.
One down, base is empty.
Yeah, I gotta go later.
One foul
Got a
off.
lot of shit to do beforehand.
8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Next one off the plate inside. And now 3-2.
Terrible pitch.
Towards first. The flip to the pitcher covering. Pitcher gets to the
Hate
bag of
pitching
the
that
out.
guy.
Pretty impressive lineup. Like Trout hitting this far down of the order.
We'll warm up. Oops. Warm up Class A and Soto. I'm up here loading him up.
And a swing and a line drive at a right field. That's a base hit. And that keeps the inning going.
Now, no waiting around right there. He was ready to swing it on the
Very
first pitch.
late.
Anytime you hit the line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate.
I'll get it.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it.
Woke up playing like shit. I won the first game, but
It's 4-0.
I had to hit a walk-off homer to do it.
Now here
This one is over.
Byron Buxton.
This player was like 24-2.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Stanton is there. Makes the catch, inning over.
Hey, good looking out, man. I'll hit your channel and do the same. Appreciate it.
Top of the second, now the left fielder, Giancarlo Stanton.
Let's see if I can get this back. I don't know. I got 2 innings. I got some fucking animals over here. Look at his ERA. You might be able to abuse him.
Call clickgranger.com or just stop by. Granger, for the ones who get it done.
Up to 8 weeks of relief with Title Point. That's a lot more fun time, right, Max?
Yep, it's life-changing time. Cytopoint is a long-lasting treatment for allergic dermatitis. Just one injection given by your veterinarian can control allergic itch for 4 to 8 weeks. It's life-changing and truly that brings back the fun in life, day after day. Now's the time to ask your veterinarian for Cytopoint. You need to find a doctor, but that sounds tricky. Without Dr. Tizzy, you can even get picky.
Hey, I know I'm getting my ass beat, but right now I'll take a fucking weight win. I'll wait.
I got a big old bowl for $5. I got a big old bowl for $5. Got mac and cheese and chicken and cheese. I got a big old bowl for $5. Woo!
KFC's $5 mac and cheese bowls back for limited time.
Giancarlo Stanton, certainly a physical presence, and Chris, one of the more imposing
Wasn't drinking
guys
water.
to play
God damn it.
in the entire sport.
He's a force, and I think it's scary for pitchers thinking about making a mistake to him because you know you're not going to get that baseball back. He hits the ball so hard, you don't even have to watch him swing. You can just close your eyes and listen and know exactly who it is that he's
right there. Pops off earth right at the last second.
One away in the second. And here is C.J. Cron. Swings through that one, 0-1.
Do you think the NFL will appeal this one?
The next pitch misses, and 1-1.
Everybody wanted the players, wanted the system, commission, wanted to be
Fouled off left side.
Jerry Jones says he wanted to finish himself from players.
The 1-2. Swing and a miss, splitter in the dirt.
I keep swinging that shit
Contreras
down
on
there.
the
It's
first.
not knock
Got him.
out.
2 gone after the strikeout.
It kills me like all day, every day.
There on the mound. He's got a chance to get through these first 2 innings with under 20 pitches. That could set him up to go deep.
That's what I'll be ready for.
2 down, nobody on. Swing and a miss. 0-2.
Well, just threw that fastball by him, elevated, and if you're not looking up at that.
Well, that's
That
a
splitter
strikeout,
is
and
tearing
that'll
me
do
up,
it for
man.
you. Bottom of the second. Here's the catcher, Wilson Contreras. The right-hander back to work. And that one is lifted in the air.
I didn't have to die.
It looks like extra bases. Fires to second. And he's got a double.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Put a really nice balanced swing.
That's exactly what was supposed to happen.
Into the gap like that. You're thinking
And
extra
my pitch is
bases in the
tired.
first couple of
I get
steps
it.
out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
Gregory Soto into the game. He'll try to strand the runner at second. Left-hand batter waits. That one ripped, but foul. That misses the zone. 1-2 to count. Good eye right there. Runner leads away at second. Cut on and miss. Struck him out. Not what you're looking for after the leadoff double. A strikeout, and there's one away. Julio Rodriguez now at the plate. This guy, one of the best contact men in the sport as well. Outstanding on the defensive end. And the first offering is not close.
He's about to hit it. Okay.
Contreras leads off second with 1 gone in the inning.
I'm going to agree with you.
Swing and a ball popped up. Robinson
Oh
makes the play,
shit, stupid.
down.
Oh my god,
Seager
oh my
stands in
god,
now.
oh my
He's turned into
god.
one of the best
I don't know why I
shortstops
thought
in
he was
the
at
game.
first base. Oh, because he was supposed to be fucking out in the first place.
Offering is fouled off. 2 outs and 1 in scoring position. Next offering is fouled back.
There's no execution. She just did what she's always done. She's retired now. But she said,
Swing and a high fly ball to left. Stanton going back on this one. Makes the grab. That is the inning.
you're the lawyers for the defense. Now make
top half of the third inning. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
The catcher, Alejandro.
Ohtani back to work. And a foul ball. The wind of the pitch. Swing and a miss. And it's 0-2.
Well, you got the hitter already chasing that nasty slider. If you're on the mound, you just want to expand the zone right now. Get a swing and miss and get through this at bat.
Ramirez sends it to first. Leadoff man retired here in the third.
Does a nice job of keeping the ball out of the air. Lets the defense work behind it with another ground ball. Good execution.
I didn't catch it.
Swing and a ball hammered left field.
They gonna give it to me? No, they gave it to me. Interesting.
He flexes his power with that swing.
Got 125 power now.
It's 4-1.
He's probably tired as well. Who we bringing in?
Pinch hitter coming on down in the pitcher's spot. Bryce Harper. And a foul.
What? How do you miss it? Man, I'm so tired of going underneath.
He makes the grab. 2 away.
That was a good pitch to hit right down the heart of the plate. Had pretty good timing on it. Just got underneath it a little bit and popped it up.
No, yeah, no.
Nice play to first. And what a play. Ball game.
What an exciting finish to this game. An amazing play right there. It's hard for the fans to go home.
Bad loss.
They're not ready to leave
One
and head
fucking
to their
hit.
cars, but an outstanding job to keep entertaining all the way to the end.
4-1 the final here today.
The only hits I've gotten so far have been all rounds.
Here at MLB
Oh,
The Show.
shit.
I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Is more egregious than any before in the NFL. So she's saying, NFL, you're right, but your CBA does not allow me to suddenly swoop in and play Judge Sheridan as a picture and say he's gone for the whole year. She's basically telling you that the resorts will be gone for a whole year, but no, your CBA does not allow for that. That's what she did. Not the way it's constructed, not the way it's written, not the way it's defined. And she goes on to say, while it may be entirely appropriate to more severely discipline players for nonviolent sexual conduct, she concludes that I do not believe it's appropriate to do so without notice. You got to tell them. You can't just suddenly swoop out of nowhere and say, just because I'm the independent arbitrator appointed and agreed to by both sides.
Oh, that's our first loss in this little run right here. 0 for 7 with Castillo, huh?
She doesn't operate like that. She's a judge, a federal judge, and she just goes by what
I mean, maybe you just keep running into the unfortunate of having to deal with monsters.
You want me to break an agreement that you agreed to, NFLPA. You signed it. So why would I undo something that you did? So what she's saying is that why would you want me to impose something? That's not what the bylaw says I'm supposed to do.
No.
But Skip, she said, so it seems that the NFL responded to yet another public outcry about Mr. Watson's conduct. Okay. At least in the former situations, the policy was changed.
Right.
Yes.
Go ahead.
So basically she's saying that, okay, because the public is so up in arms, now you just want to just add or just get a year.
Okay. So now the NFL, starting with Roger Goodell, finds itself in a really tricky position.
You gotta let this one go, Skip. This is the first time you've had this.
This is the new system you put in place.
Yes.
That you agreed to. Are you going to appear to undermine
her credibility, Skip?
By appealing, saying, no, Judge, you're wrong?
Well, good morning.
Even though she agreed with the case that you were on before, she said, well, I can't do that. That's okay. She took the ball right back in your court.
And you're going to have to, a lot of these nonviolent, nonviolent and violent, I guess she wants a definition. What is your definition of violence? Because from what she's saying, that you've done a lot of lumping all of this into one, so you can arrive at a punishment that you feel that's necessary.
Yep.
And that's not right.
She's actually taking them to task.
Yes.
The NFL saying, you need to clarify your positions on this going forward.
Yes.
Or you're going to fall right back into this
Right.
same spot again.
Right.
Where I need definitions on nonviolent violence,
Right.
sexual misconduct,
Yes.
sexual assault.
Yes.
I need you to define for me and for going forward for future cases.
For the players that may be involved in situations like this. Absolutely.
Okay? So I'm pretty sure I'm with you that it's going to be up to the NFL now to weather this storm. And it will be a storm.
Of course.
It may not, to your point, probably won't be quite the storm it would be if Roger were still the last line of defense.
Ooh, I can just imagine. I don't even know, Skip. I don't know how because he barely survived because, he had a tsunami. He had Ray Rice, and then a couple of weeks later, he had the Adrian Peterson situation. So he had a tsunami.
Yeah.
I couldn't have imagined if he had given Deshaun with 24 women. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if he survived that one. But Skip, he's removed. Everybody says we don't want him to decide. Yada yada yada. And he agreed. He said, "You know what? What can we agree to? How about an independent arbiter, a former judge? He or she. Here's your side. Here's our side, and then make his or her determination. Okay, I can live with that. Now, the very first time, this judge does not render a ruling that favors the NFL or doesn't favor what the masses think. Oh, they got to do away with that. No, commissioner, no. Because, Skip, you remember when the commissioner, when he says, okay, it used to be, the commissioner says, we're going to let the process play out. And then they started, nah, you the commissioner. Then he started ruling before the judicial process. Nah, you can't do that. What about innocent until proven guilty? So now, commissioner's like, hold on, wait a minute. I've done everything you've asked. I let the process play out. You said, let's go to an independent arbiter. I've done that. She ruled. You didn't like the ruling. Now you want me to undo what you said I shouldn't have been doing in the beginning.
Yep. I'm afraid Commissioner Goodell and others on Park Avenue are going to have to grit their teeth on this one and just try to live it out.
Hey.
Go for it.
People are going to be up.
Shit. Give me back. There we go.
Shots he did was I gave Aaron Rodgers all the discredit.
Like, no, we got to go. I'm going to keep going until I find someone that agrees with my side of the story. No, I believe they stand down. Hey, this is what we agreed to in that last collective bargaining agreement. We were going to have an independent person hear both sides of the case, and we're going to be able to live with the decision, whatever that may be. I'm going to say no.
I'm going to agree with you. I don't love agreeing with you on many levels, but on this level, I don't. Because I'm so conflicted by Sue L. Robinson's conclusion. But in this case, she didn't play judge, jury, and executioner the way Roger has played it for many years.
Right.
She just played judge. There's no jury, there's no executioner. She just did what she's always done. She's retired now. But she said, my court is open. Your team of lawyers comes in, and NFLPA, your team comes in. You're the lawyers for the prosecution. You're the lawyers for the defense. Now make your cases. She did. She didn't go out independently and try to do her own research. She just said, bring me what you have.
Right.
And the NFL made their case using 4 of the massage therapists accusing Deshaun. And the NFLPA countered, and Deshaun also went and testified on his own behalf.
Correct.
So she listened, and she concluded, NFL, you're exactly right. He violated your conduct policy 3 different huge ways.
Right.
And she detailed number 1, number 2, number 3. Boom, boom, boom. Right. It was pretty damning to Deshaun.
Right.
And then she has to reach her conclusion. And she says, basically, NFL, my hands are tied by your bylaws and your precedents in enforcing punishment under said bylaws.
Right.
I can't change your bylaws. And yet she says, this is her first line of her conclusion. The NFL may be, quote-unquote, a forward-facing organization, but it is not necessarily a forward-looking
And
one.
welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. MLB The Show brings you Diamond Dynasty Baseball. It's the
And she
Cowboys
goes on to say,
taking
here,
on
the
the
NFL is
Boomers.
attempting to impose a more dramatic shift in its culture without the benefit of fair notice to and consistency of consequence for
All-star
those in the
teams
NFL subject
squaring
to the
off.
policy.
First
So she's
pitch
just
coming
saying,
your way next.
you're right, but I can't suddenly say,
Okay, all set to go.
I'm going to
Dansby
suspend it for a
Swanson
year because your
stands in.
bylaws don't allow it.
Right.
They don't single them out because, and she says, you're
And a
right about
pitch.
this. She says, although this is the most significant punishment
And a
ever
pop-up,
imposed
right
on an
side,
NFL
foul
player for
territory.
allegations of nonviolent
Crone
sexual conduct
makes the grab,
is
one
the
pitch and one
law.
out.
Conduct is more egregious than any before review
Digging
by
in,
the
it's the
NFL.
speedy
So she's
outfielder
saying,
Julio
NFL, you're
Rodriguez.
right, but your CBA does not allow me.
And he swings and misses, and it's nothing in one.
And play judge, jury, and executioner and say
Oh,
he's
one
gone for
down.
the whole year. She's basically telling you that
And a foul
he
ball.
deserves to be gone for a whole year. But
No score, just getting started, top of the first.
That's the way she goes, right. Not the way it's constructed, not the way it's written.
Ripped on the ground a second.
And
Throws to first. And a couple of quick outs. Here comes Aaron Judge. This guy is one of the best athletes in the sport.
She concludes that I do not believe it's appropriate to do so without notice. And you got to tell them you can't just suddenly swoop out of nowhere.
Judge rips that one.
Just because the independent arbitrator appointed.
In one, hops off the wall, should be extra bases. And Aaron Judge cruising into second. He's got a double.
She doesn't operate like that. She's a judge, right? A federal judge. And she just
And now it's the polar bear, Pete Alonso. Foul ball there.
Well, a really good chance right here to pick up a run in the top of the first after what seemed to be a real quiet start to the inning.
Man on second, 2 down. And that one just missed off the outside edge. A foul ball, he stays alive. And a 1-2 again. They tried to get him to chase on a slider down and away. Man at second. Stays alive.
This new system you put in place that you agree going to appear to undermine.
Runner at second, 2 down.
Quite the matchup we're seeing here. 6 foul balls in this at bat alone. Really making him work out there.
Oh, and now a wild pitch. And the runner stays where he is.
If you attack it on the first case, you're sort of testing
In the air, out towards left center. Rodriguez makes his way towards it. Makes the grab, and that's the inning. We go to the bottom of the first. Now it's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
You know, you hear about a lot of guys who are 2 or 3 sports stars in college. Jackie Robinson,
They keep catching me with that shit because I'm not fucking paying
standout in
attention.
baseball, basketball, football, and track.
And he's down 0-2 as he swings through it.
I need definitions on Non-violent, violent,
Next one just misses. Ball one. And I think we can all be thankful that Jackie chose to pursue baseball. As great a football or basketball player as he might have been, it couldn't have matched his achievements on the diamond. Swanson makes the play, and there's one away.
Boy, that was a hanging breaking ball right there. I think he tried to do
I gotta hit better.
Sometimes those eyes
I
can
was.
get really big. I think his swing broke down as
Somebody
well.
would have hit 360.
Pop it up.
Swinging a foul back, that's out of play.
Still fun to imagine what Jackie could have done as a pro football player. He led the nation in punt return yardage 2 years in a row in college at UCLA, so we know he was explosive. Well, that may end up being an at-bat we go back to later on when this game is over.
It was early, but it was square.
Coming off the bat, man, and as he connected out front and lifted into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even see
Sucks. Make it, make it.
Over to Swanson.
Oh,
He turns it.
made it.
Double play. Quinn killing to end the inning.
Should have hit and ran. I mean, I would have. I just didn't want to first pitch.
Welcome back. All set for the start of the inning. Here's a big power threat. J.D. Martinez.
The left fielder.
The pitch to the left side, but it is well foul. The line to kick the pitch. And it's fouled away.
I rewound too far. Wow.
And then they started, nah, you the commissioner. Then he started ruling before the judicial process. Nah, you can't do that. What about innocent?
Oh, I need to work mental in here.
J.D. swinging a drive.
He
Deep
told
left
me.
field.
He told.
Way back there.
What? Almost. If he was faster.
Here's Machado.
Early too.
So you just got to delete it. You give up
He
that
better
lead off
squirt that
home
big
run.
shot.
Go back to work. Focus on this next batter.
It's softly on the ground left side. And that's the first out. Nice recovery after giving up the homer.
Deceptive slider right there. Stayed in the tunnel a long time. Got that hitter out front. Rolled over it. Put it on the ground.
Now it's going to be Jose Ramirez. Big time power.
So in the end, Sean loses. What do we add up?
And first offering is fouled off.
Starting to get some pretty good timing on that breaking ball, but he's going to have to stay ready for a fastball. Don't want to watch one go right by you.
Next offering is in for a strike.
130 guaranteed. Right. That's all he loses. But I do believe he lost his reputation. They only get one.
And the righty deals.
Yeah. That's all I know.
And a swing and a miss. And there are 2 outs. 2 outs, bases empty. And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. In the air, left field. Stanton is there. Makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. And welcome back. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. Now at the plate, Giancarlo Stanton.
When we return.
Crack windshield? Don't wait. Go to SaveLife.com. You can schedule service in just a few clicks. It's so easy. More customers today are relying on their cars' advanced safety features, like automatic emergency braking and lane departure warning. That's why our recalibration service
In the air out to center.
We recalibrate your vehicle's camera.
On its way.
Still count on those safety.
Got some get back, huh, Giancarlo? Good looking.
Giancarlo
Early squared off get back.
And they
I like it.
It's 1-1.
That's his pitch.
And here is C.J. Cron.
Do not throw that pitch to him. It dies. Fuck, man. You're supposed to do it too. Keep moving.
Judge makes the grab, and there's one down. So digging in, Corey Seager.
I think I gotta
Careful
keep my
with this
thumbs
guy.
a
He's
little
got
higher.
power. He can untie it with one swing. First pitch doesn't find the zone.
Definitely a swing and miss slider down and in. He finished that really well. Just couldn't get him to offer at it.
And the 1-0.
So yeah, that's me.
That clips the corner.
Realized the farther you go, the better it gets. The summer you secure the
And there's a foul ball. And here it comes. Hit on the ground to the right side.
Early ass swing.
And he's out on the tag.
I could have did something with that.
Here's the power hitting
He's got a
catcher,
single.
Alejandro Kirk. He might just be the best hitting catcher in
He
the game
started off a
today.
little hot, Alejandro.
So
Fell
valuable.
off.
Does a good job behind the plate,
Do
but
something for the team. Come
offensively,
on.
he's a middle of the order type of bat, especially when you
swear.
talk about catchers. And their #1 job is to handle the pitching staff and prevent runs. This guy is able to add runs by producing it.
And it drops in, but a good job to keep it in front.
All over that one right there. When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. He elevates that a
I
little
should have
bit.
done well for 107 miles an hour.
Julio Rodriguez swings through that one there.
That was you.
0-1 now. Kirk off the first with 2 away. Swing and a miss. 2.
Just not able to catch up to that velocity.
Next offering upstairs.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
Sinker inside.
Comes the 2-2. And a
Ay,
swing and a
ay,
miss.
I know it's going high,
Good
though.
job at damage
That
control
threw me
right
off.
there.
Fuck. I'll hit him by 1. Just keep him off the plate. They come in and end it. What socks are those? Are those the All-Star Game socks? Home Run Derby socks, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Back here at the ballpark, new inning getting started. And now the pitcher, Adrian Gonzalez. Verlander back to work. That's towards center. That one back there. Booyah!
Way too early.
He circles the bases. Just like that, they move in front. It's 2-1. Next to hit, Dansby Swanson. Swing and a ball lifted in the air left field. Pretty well struck. That one's back there. Booyah!
Yellows too.
Dansby Swanson blasts one out. And they add to the lead. It's 3-1.
Very early.
Julio Rodriguez, the next to hit. Good contact guy, good defender. New pitcher now, Ryan Helsley. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Ripped on a line to center. And a base hit. The throw in.
Because it's just hard for me to believe that.
Well, that'll make you feel good as a hitter right there. I could watch base hits like that one all day long, and so could every hitting coach in the league. Just a nice line drive into center field.
And he deals. And Judge spoils that one.
So, but I don't want to believe that he said that. But if he did say that, you know, it's a horrible. And we do know Katie, whatever way you want to say about Katie, how great
Here comes a pitch.
Katie, like the
And that's outside.
And
Righty delivers. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. One gone here. Here's Pete Alonso. He's got the power, but great contact skills. One of the best contact hitters in the game. Still only one out here in the inning.
Well, notice they've been pitching him hard inside, and the key is if you're going to make a mistake, you've got to make it off the dish. If it leaks out over the plate with this kind of power, you'll be asking for a new baseball.
The pitch. Swing and a miss. The velocity blasted it right past him. J.D. Martinez stands in. He's already homered in this one.
Good speed on the base pass. He handles the bat very well. I wouldn't be surprised if the skipper puts on some type of hit and run or run and hit.
You know, and knowing that that's Kevin Durant, and knowing that the buzz, the attention that it's going to generate. But
pitch. Runner on the go. Pitch misses. Safe at second, and he easily steals the bag.
It's a bad look still. It is a very bad look if Kevin Durant said that. And the mere fact that
in the dirt.
if he did that, it got attached to you.
No advance. Good job behind the dish. Kicks and fires.
I have no real idea whether
he swings and hits a fly ball. Center field.
On Mike James' account,
Rodriguez makes the catch, and that'll do it.
This is obviously just personal between you two guys. Conversation if you want public.
Your attention, please.
I believe that Mike's
now pitching.
motivation
Emmanuel
is to try to defend Kevin in a weird way because he's basically saying that Kevin was telling him we're a train wreck.
Pitch hitter coming on, Jose Ramirez.
And
Ramirez.
of that
Pitch hitting.
And a pitch.
the shot that Kevin asked out.
And that one in the air, center field. Rodriguez under it. One down.
If you push me into a corner, do I believe that Kevin said it?
So the lineup flips over. And stepping in is the speedy Jackie Robinson. Year in and year out, this guy an MVP candidate.
He was sick and tired of the way Kyrie was.
And he swings and misses at the initial offering.
He was destroying the team.
0-2 as he waves at that one.
Send him home early on.
Run down, base is empty. In the air, pretty deep out to center field. Rodriguez raging back towards the wall. Puts it away for the out. So 2 down now, and here is Dansby Swanson.
Ended up being back so you're down James and down the place that's simple. So you're down one of your big
swings through that one. 0-1. Just one out away, trying to close it out.
Come on.
Swing and a miss. No balls, 2 strikes.
And to this point, I told you I couldn't recognize him. He looked half-hearted at right. He looked like he stepped
up the middle, and it's through for a hit. And with the inning still alive, here comes the heart of the order.
Good 2-strike hitting right there, Boog. A bit of a lost start for some, so that was nicely done to beat the odds. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Now the youngster wants Soto. And that one wrapped foul. There goes the runner. Swing and a miss. Contreras throws. Not in time. It's a stolen base. 0-2 now. Fought off foul.
Get to that.
The catch is made to end it. And your final 3-1 for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at ML.
He's taking bad shots. He's getting shot blocked.
So the inside pitches, I really got to swing way earlier. That's what it really is.
Quitting is when you think you're going to win and you get your tail kicked, and all of a sudden in the fourth quarter you say, I give up. Right. They're just too good. And it looked like Kevin had given up before he set foot on court. Like, there was a lot going on behind the scenes, and I'm not defending him on this because I've called him the thinnest skinned superstar I've ever closely observed. Right. And he is. Yes. And I don't love that about him. I love his ability. I still think he's the best player on the planet because he's the most gifted player on the planet. And I still think he can play at an extremely high level. But the point is, he has his psychological flaws, and this was a huge one because he followed Kyrie to Brooklyn. Brooklyn, and then he feels like Kyrie gave up on the team, you know, just quit on the whole the whole show and left him hanging.
Well, Skip, it's hard for me to believe that Kevin Durant didn't know that basketball wasn't as important to Kyrie as it was to him.
Okay.
I mean, that's your boy. I know. I mean,
you should know that.
Yeah, you should.
I don't know if Kyrie's priorities changed this past year. All of a sudden, he goes somewhere else in his head.
Right.
I don't know if it was because of the pandemic.
Right.
I don't know. But Kyrie repeatedly made it clear basketball's not that big a deal to me. I got more important things to do in my life.
And all Kevin talks about is basketball. All he wants to do is play basketball. He doesn't even want the leadership aspect of it. He don't want any part other than lacing up them gym shoes and getting on the court and
working at it.
He worked at prep. You don't get to be that good without working.
Okay, so all of a sudden, the bolt out of the blue was demanding a trade.
Right.
Well, wouldn't this set the scene for it?
Yeah, but it's so skipping. I mean, and that's what's so amazing is that it came out of the blue. We didn't hear any rumbling because never, you know, maybe Kevin Durant might want out, or just, it was just like they lose, and then a couple of weeks, like a month later, like Kevin Durant would request a trade. I'm like, where did this come from?
Well, it sounds like it was already a done deal before the Boston series even started.
Yes, there were a lot of things that were going on behind the scenes that Kevin Durant became frustrated with. It's like, you know what, it's better for me to get on up out of this situation.
Okay. Look bad? Yeah, it looks terrible.
It looks awful.
And the whole give-up attitude, is it right? Would a player with higher superstar intangibles have gone out and just fought the battle solo and said, I'm going to go down, I'm going to follow my own sword. If you're not going to be out here, I'm going to be out here. But he didn't do that. He's not built that way. He just, Kevin has extremely high basketball IQ, and he looked at the situation and said, we don't have a chance. No matter how well I play, we're not going to be able to beat that team with that defense.
They had them beat in game one.
Well, they did.
I mean, they lost
I keep playing all these really good players, man.
And Kyrie probably should have just fouled Jason Tatum and made him.
These last three players are just really fucking good players.
Like Thompson on George Hill.
Yeah, exactly. I took his shoulder clean off.
Early, I guess.
Yeah. And that was the end of that deal.
Like, come on with this shit.
First pitch swinging, went up there with the
tarnish
plan to be
Kevin's
aggressive. Just a cookie down the middle. I mean,
there's probably some, if not a whole lot of truth to what Mike James unfortunately said.
Not a whole lot of velocity.
Yeah, you just look. He was very frustrated by how the season played out, how the season went along. You know, he's not very happy. I understand some of his frustration, but I don't know if I'm going to say he knew, you know, blah, blah, blah. I don't think I'm saying that, Skip, about my boy, because I already know how that's going to make you look.
So when I proposed that the Brooklyn Nets hold Kevin's feet to the fire and enforce the 4 years left on his contract, his brother tweeted at me, hell no and hell with you. Well, it's probably because of this. Like the bridge is burned to the ground between Kevin and Kyrie. So what are the odds that Josiah and Sean Marks and Steve Nash can slowly but surely rebuild the bridge between Kevin and Kyrie for next year with Ben Simmons?
This is where you look for the starter to go out there, have a shutdown inning.
Because that's what it comes down to. Because if you can get them somehow back on the same page. And one thing about Kevin, you used the word mercurial.
Right.
He goes way up and way down, way up and way down. Can you get him on the way back up and get Kyrie on the way back up? And say, you guys realize we got Ben coming back. We added a couple of nice pieces in Warren.
Turned into one of the best shortstops in the game.
We're trying to get a little bit better. We'll have Joe Harris back for what that's worth.
We'll
have shooters, and we'll be the favorite in next year. We'll be the odds-on Las Vegas betting favorite. Win it all. If you guys will just make peace.
98 miles per hour.
I do believe that.
Have paying attention.
And a swing and a miss. Down on strikes. That's the second out.
Fucking half focused.
I think this was probably the final straw. You can understand that 1 year I'm going to lose the guy, and I can go and get something for it. But 4 years, I think this way, Joe, whatever you do, we
understand you got to do what's in the best interest, but for the best interest of the league.
Swing and a miss, and he chases that one in the dirt. Contreras on to first. Got it. Inning over on the strike. Welcome back. And now the shortstop, Andres Jimenez.
But I can't do it right now. I can't get in because we give it too much ground. And the players are just they're right over it right now.
And ironically, the single best thing for LeBron James is for Kevin Durant to hold firm with his trade demand and force his way out of Brooklyn, because I don't think they want to keep Kyrie alone.
Right.
And now it's even up. Saying he wasn't very sharp in the first, got hit around a little bit, just wasn't able to locate particularly well. A lot of stuff for the fat part of the plate. That one ripped.
It's not where I'm throwing the ball, man. This nigga's supposed to have the best control.
Your best chance of acquiring Kyrie Irving, and I still don't know how you
Swanson with a relay throw in there safely.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right line.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. Paul Goldschmidt goes deep, and they throw a pair on the board. It's 4-0. Wilson Contreras now up to the plate, known for his rocket arm behind the plate. In there for strike one.
Can we talk about take a quick break after this one, man? I'm not into it.
You just have to treat it as a fresh inning.
This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Chrome racing over to make the catch.
Agreed. That's what Josiah is thinking right
Your
now.
attention, please.
Andrew
Even the player I beat, he had a good record. He had a record where he possibly could have made fucking World Series. Barely beat him with a walk-off.
I get upset with something, I'm going, I'm out.
Correct. That's what
he said. Life too short to be miserable in a situation. Whatever that situation is.
Benintendi, the former first-round pick, Golden Spikes Award winner.
All right, we got to move on.
And a foul ball.
Here. That's the NFL for us. We're putting on extra weight.
Left-hand hitter waits.
Success next season. Wow. We'll discuss that when we get
That's
back.
out to center field. Rodriguez should have this one. Pulls it down, and there's two gone. Here's the second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Second baseman, Jackie Robinson.
Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it.
Can't throw anything, man.
He made him pay for that one, and they add a run. It's 5-0.
The center fielder.
And now Julio Rodriguez.
Oh,
Just
you
a
know
slow
what?
ground ball this time.
That's
Fires across
exactly
the
where he's
diamond,
on his
and that will
PCR.
end the
Had to
inning.
be.
The mutual customizing partnership, so you can pay for it. And if anyone objects to this marriage, Kevin, no, not today. Only pay for it.
So, when you're traveling with three kids, pretty much everything they own. Hi, guys. Welcome. If you have a stay. Hilton, for the stay. This is
I play these dudes a lot, man. I rarely play people with fucking terrible records. Those I try to take advantage. But man,
Giancarlo Stanton, certainly a physical
it's the
presence.
only place I'm gonna see these players too.
Imposing
It
guys
just
at the
fucking
plate
kills my
in the entire
ERA,
sport.
kills my batting
He's a force,
average.
and I think it's scary for pitchers thinking about making a mistake to him, because you know you're not going to get that baseball back. He hits the ball so hard, you don't even have to watch him swing. You can just close your eyes and listen and know exactly who it is that hit the ball.
C.J. Cron now in the box. Comes
That
up
swerve
empty with a
is one
swing
of my
there.
worst pitches.
Gossage deals. And now the count is even.
That's where you want it. It's a good miss.
Swerve, inside
Gossage ready.
fastball, inside sinker.
Going to count 1 and 2.
No, that's that slurve right there. He threw it extremely well. Talk about just a ton of breaks. So tough to get that barrel to.
The punch out there Back-to-back strikeouts. And here's Corey Seager to hit. And he swings and misses at the initial offer. And the right-hander deals. Swing and a miss.
Bringing the cheese on that one.
Right-handed reliever. Base hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there.
I hated that.
Nice job of driving that pitch the other way on a line. You know, hitters, they take so many reps in the cages working on going to the opposite field, and it doesn't always translate into the game, but right there it did, and he did it perfectly.
0-2 now. And ball one. Seager, the runner at first with 2 gone. That one the other way. He's got it, and that'll end the inning.
Best swing I took on one of them.
Back here at the ballpark, on to the 3rd inning. And now the right fielder, Juan Soto. And fouled off.
Been a rough start on the mound for this guy. His 3rd inning, so important for him to get on track, turn the page, settle in, do all those things you need to do to give your...
Swings and crushes one. Right field, way back, and gone.
You just told yourself that's where he holds his PCI.
They add a run. It's 6-0.
Watch.
And now it's Giancarlo Stanton.
Now back, left fielder, Giancarlo.
Swings through that one. 0-1. The wind to the pitch.
Look at the reaction.
He swings and fouls one off.
See how fucking eager he was to get to that because it was right there on the side where he be.
Line drive, and there's a hit.
Early hit.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. Hooked around that pitch on the outside, but he was still able to square it up pretty nicely. And that takes quick, strong wrist to pull it out.
Drilled to left center, way back there.
Can't pitch this whole team. He was very fucking... Hold his PCI.
Manny Machado leaves the yard, and they add a couple more. It's 8-0. Andres Jimenez will hit next.
Really good piece of hitting last time, going to the opposite field.
First pitch, and he just misses. And he deals. And that one clips the corner.
Let's see if he's willing to use the whole field right here. Definitely pounding him away.
On the ground. Oh, great stop. Over to first. It's there, and that's a great play.
Now batting, the first baseman,
Here's Paul Goldschmidt.
You can give him something that looks good.
And that one pulled foul. Right-hander kicks, deals. Come back to the man.
Are you serious?
So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Just kept it simple. Played pepper with the middle of the infield and took it back where it came from, and there's just no one there to knock it down.
And up to hit is Wilson Contreras. First offering misses the mark. Brian Helsley on the pitch out of the pen here. He comes in with his team trailing by a bunch, so he'll try to keep it where it is. Goldie, the base runner at first with 1 out. Swing and a miss. And a count 1-1. The pitch. Just misses the mark outside the zone. And a foul ball, he stays alive. In the dirt, and the runner holds. Still only 1 out here in the inning. On the ground left side, 6, 4, 3, double play. And the inning is over. Welcome back. Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
Ontario. The center fielder, Julio.
And first offering is fouled off. Feeling for the wall. Makes the catch and foul ground.
Okay, so God gave you, in my view, that talent. Yeah. You got to utilize both. It doesn't need.
So now a pinch hitter, Bryce Harper. 1 out, the base is empty for him.
Harper. Now coming into
You're actually more blessed than the non-running.
Harper.
You have an advantage. Yes. Or utilize it. Correct. Now I hark back to the situation that you did, which was the RG3 situation in Washington. Yes. So, Kyle, Mike Shanahan say, okay.
Fouled off. He was late.
If the owner insists that we draft you, and we trade up to draft you, we're going down to Baylor, and we're going to figure this thing out. Right.
Next pitch misses, and that's ball one.
Just to figure out how do we incorporate
your attention, please. Now pitching, Emmanuel Clausen.
At the belt and fires. And strike two.
Clearly he was sitting on a fastball right there and just ended up out in front of the slider. Hey, you can't fault him for his commitment. Now he's just going to have to battle with 2 strikes.
And here it comes. Soto has this one sized up. 2 down.
Maybe caught that one off the end just a little bit. Couldn't quite barrel it up enough to really drive it.
Jackie Robinson getting ready to hit. A guy who makes an impact not just at the plate, but also in the field.
They got hurt, and then they got wrecked against Seattle in the playoff game that they led 14-0 before they folded because Robert had to hold up. Yep.
Here's a high fly ball out to center. And that'll do it. 8-0 is how this one ends. For Chris Singleton and our entire crew, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
His father marched into, not to Shanahan's office, into Dan Snyder's office, and basically said, next year, and from this point forward, my son is going to be Peyton Manning. Right. I was told he used that analogy. We were going to turn our son into Peyton Manning. Right. Okay. Do I think Robert could throw as well? I don't. Robert he had a big arm. Yeah. He had a good arm. Right. But he needed to complement the arm with the legs. Right. It helped. It's why he won Offensive Rookie of the Year. Player of the Week, the first week. The point was that Mike Shanahan and Kyle were horrified by this concept because they just knew that's not the way to go. Right. You've got to continue to figure this out. And for whatever reason, Robert lost all his time.